is over.
Who's introing this?
You. Or Rocky, actually. Rocky should.
Because I'm back.
He's back. He's back in the race arena.
All right. And welcome back to another episode of the Running with James podcast.
Actually, we should tell you welcome back. Welcome back. I think
welcome back.
I was gonna say-
Welcome back. Welcome back.
I don't know this song.
It was like Welcome Back Carter, I think. Some old show. It's in syndication. It's probably on Nick at Night or something. I don't know.
I don't remember that at all, but okay. I know Nick at Night, but I don't remember that.
Yeah, it's fine. I couldn't tell you what the show was about. I just remember.
So welcome back to Rocky, because Rocky has been running.
He has been running.
Rocky's been running.
Rocky has not only been running, Rocky has been racing.
Yeah,
First
competing.
race back.
And already on a podium, you know.
Already. First race, got him a podium. It was second place. We should have had him first, but, you know, I mean, that's another year. I mean, you just got to be happy with what you get, right?
I wasn't. I was just going for podium, you know.
Yeah.
That team ahead of y'all was real fast. I was watching those guys come around, though.
They were moving.
And
honestly,
quick.
they deserved to win. One guy
They
flew
beat us
from
by 30
Atlanta.
seconds.
Is that all? Oh, I thought it was more than
While
that.
he was like moping around his last lap.
James called me 2 weeks ago asking if I wanted, well, I guess 3 weeks ago now. 3 weeks ago, asked if I wanted to do Hyrox. You know what I told him? You know what my response was,
Heck no.
Lauren? My response was, do you want to win? Because if you do, call somebody else.
I do like how the intro to this was like, welcome back, Rocky. He's back. And then almost immediately to follow was James like, yeah, we could have had first, but Rocky decided to be lazy.
He was.
I was.
He was. I was watching him run because, like, his first lap, that dude came out like a beast. He was the first person into the skier, like, by a significant amount. I'm talking
I was chilling.
a good minute before anybody else came in.
I can't say that I saw because I was too busy trying to get myself together for my lap.
Yeah, no, he came in like blazing, and then when he did his lap before his farmer carries, he was like kind of moves you down the street. I started, dude, what are you doing?
There was
Run!
There was too much rest between, and I wanted to have energy, and I
Okay.
realized that
There was no need for energy.
Yeah, there was no need for all that. I could have ran a little bit faster.
No.
Well, for the context, we are talking about a very specific race that we
Yes.
have all been talking about because I feel like we've been talking about a race, but everyone's like, what race?
Yeah.
Unless you were there. We all went to Hyrox.
We did.
Houston.
It was great. Houston
Houston
Hyrox.
Hyrox,
It finally
so-
happened. It felt like it was a long time
It was a
coming.
long time coming, right? If you've
We've
been
been
listening to the
waiting.
podcast, you've probably heard us talk a little bit about it. We've invited you
Or a lot about
to
it.
come hang out with us or whatever, come watch the show, and it was a show. It was fun.
It was a good day.
It was a really good day.
It was a long day.
It was a long, super long
We
day.
got there at like 7:30, 7:45.
Yep.
We got there
7:30.
before 8, and we didn't leave till we literally got kicked out of the building.
Yeah, they were shutting the gate down because we just had people still racing, still getting podiums on, you know, and then, you know, everyone wants to bask in it and talk about it and take pictures, you know, so.
say hi and schmooze
And they
with
just wanted to go
everybody.
home.
Yeah,
They just wanted to go home.
They were like, "We're literally gonna start bringing in the big equipment. Y'all need to get out." And all of a sudden, the gate just went.
Just started shutting the gate down, right? So, but that's okay. It's all right. We were in our hometown doing our thing.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome in, guys. My name is James Wyatt, and this is the Running with James podcast. As always, we're joined with
Rocky B running.
Rocky B running.
Big rock dog.
Yeah, that's not going to catch on.
It did catch on. Did
Yeah?
you not hear the fans screaming when I was
No.
on podium?
You're-
Rock dog.
Nobody.
Big-
That was
No
you.
one.
I'm so
That was
serious
you.
right
That was
now.
you running your lap, going big rock
Yeah,
dog.
nobody was
big
screaming
rock
that,
I was
dude.
so
dog.
serious.
Then you, I'm going to tell you right now, that was a hallucination.
No.
from
Or you
the
paid
from the
somebody.
exhaustion.
No, I didn't hear it. When I got off the podium, they were like, "Did you hear that?" I was like, "What?" They were saying "Big Rock Dog." I
Who
was
said
like,
that? Who told you that?
Sadie. She asked
She
me.
Was it
lying
your
with you,
father-in-law?
bro. She was
who
messing with
saying
you.
it? Was it Mike?
She was messing with your head, bro.
Yeah.
She was messing with your head.
She was being a good woman to you.
You know what she was doing? She was pulling a Rocky.
Dang.
So, and then we also, as always, have the lovely Lauren here with us today. So we're going to do a quick little recap. Don't tune out because I promise you, great stories, great time we had. And then on top of that, you're probably going to learn something. Everybody we took with us is definitely probably going to do it again.
I think so.
Half of the people had never done it before and were just so scared,
And they did amazing.
but they all did
They did
such a good
incredible.
time. So
We
so
have
if-
some, yeah.
So
really
if you're
good
new to the
stories.
podcast, if you're new to the YouTube channel, this is our first podcast we're doing on the YouTubes.
Visually.
This is our first technical YouTube episode of the podcast. So if you're listening, you can also go check us out online, but make sure you listen first. And then when you go back and watch it, it'll give us more cred. But
and I would just like to say kudos to both of you who showed up yesterday and made our set so pretty. It looks pretty. I mean, we still got to get the sign and everything up, but y'all did a good job. It looks good.
yeah, thanks, Lauren. We appreciate that.
Thank you,
I'm
Lauren.
sorry I
Appreciate
wasn't
that.
here to help.
We appreciate. Oh, it's fine. I mean,
It's perfectly fine.
yeah, we're used to it. So it's not
I didn't say that.
You're used to you not being around.
So you know what she was doing? What she was trying to do is she's trying to calm me down because she feels like I've been attacking her this entire day.
I mean,
I've seen her for 30 minutes and she feels
mean-
like I've been coming for her.
kind of, yeah.
No, not at all.
I'm on ice. I'm on eggshells. I'm
No.
thin ice.
So this is the usual. So were you on time today?
I was.
I don't know. I was late. So
I saw
well,
you
wasn't
out on
late.
the
I
court.
was on
No,
the
you
court
were
with
out
the
on the
kids.
basketball court with the kids. And then I got here
And I didn't hear you
minutes early.
screeching in. So
No, I got here early.
Okay, good.
I had time to get my snacks.
good.
And then Rocky got a text saying I got to feed Big Dog or Little Dog. I'm
He's
like, I
trying
don't
to
know
make
if that's
Big
you
Dog
or
a
your
thing.
baby.
Nobody is gonna catch on to that, bro.
Is that you or the baby?
The baby. I had
He-
to feed the baby.
So you're
he's
Big Dog,
Rock Dog.
and
The
she's
baby's
Big
just
Dog.
Big Nye Dog.
No, he
Big
just said
Night
Big Dog.
But I put Big Dog.
He just put Big Dog. We knew
to be
who it was.
short, yeah.
Yeah.
She's Big Night Dog.
Should be Little Nye Dog because she's little.
She's a little.
Whatever. Anyway, so
like
just to kind of let you guys know, this past weekend we did the Houston Hyrox, and the Hyrox. Well, why don't you tell them what the Hyrox is?
Hyrox is a fitness event that started out in Germany. About what, 6 years ago, 7 years ago? I don't remember when it actually started, but it's been around for a bit now.
2017.
2017. There we go. It started out in Europe and then it made its way over to the U.S. It is a all-around fitness event. I would say it's more of like a hybrid fitness event because it incorporates your running as well as 8 different functional fitness stations that go from your ski erg, your sled push and pull. So you do incorporate some weight work in there, but nothing like a CrossFit event. You're not doing any overhead snatches. Everything about this event is meant to be doable for everybody. You could literally walk in off the street and go do this event. Might be a little painful.
Sure.
It might take you a while to do it, but you could technically go do every move in there. You
Yeah.
don't have to train any one specific move. But it's tough. It brings out some incredible athletes and it brings out an awesome show of people, and it's a rough hour plus.
Yeah.
Hour plus, I would say, for most people.
It's depending on your fitness level.
It comes
Sure.
from the
Depends on
Latin
your fitness
term
level.
Hirius Roxius.
Huh?
It comes from the Latin term Hirius Roxius.
No, actually, it doesn't.
Means
It's a completely made up name. They just thought it sounded cool.
Where
Seriously.
do you get your stuff?
He's trying to sound smart.
yes.
He's doing what Rocky does. He's rambling.
Oh,
You don't get your segment till later.
I know, but you were like going with the whole like backstory, the 6 years. I
Not
was
really.
like,
I just
man,
said where
how
it
do I
came
top
from.
that?
I gave them two facts.
Listen, guys, this is not a competition. We're a team. We're one. We're a family. Okay, we don't
And
have to
James
compete
is
with
always
each
right.
other.
Well, I was feeding off her energy. She was going off the backstory. I was like, yeah, I got backstory too.
Yeah, but we try to provide facts to people, and we want to give them good information. We don't want to just pull stuff out of our rear end.
Roxius, Hyroxius, Mochius, or whatever. you
that
said.
sounds better than what I
He
said.
just made
I
a
don't know.
freaking coffee drink. So, but yeah, so it was a great time. So, this is the first time they came to Houston.
Yes, we've been waiting, and it's been great because we've been going to Dallas a lot.
I know.
Is it always indoors like how it was?
Yes.
Yes. Well,
First
in
time.
Miami, they're not going to. They're going to do something different in Miami.
So this will be the first year they're doing. I think they're calling it. What are they calling it? The Fit Fest or something? And it's going to be in Miami. And
But I think
it's mostly
there's a
outdoors.
thing called Fit Fest in Miami,
And they're just being
and they're
partnering with
getting
it.
on that. Yeah,
They are. They're
so.
jumping on that train. So it's completely outdoors. The laps are outdoors in sand, which sound terrible
Yeah,
to
it
me.
sounds like it's not going to be fun.
But I did ask about like, well, how are they doing the stations then? But they're all going to be like on raised platforms, but it's still outside.
And it's covered, but it's still outside.
yeah, and it's covered. But I'm like, you're still outside. It's Florida, so it's going to be humid. It's going to be toasty.
It's
gonna
in
be like
Miami.
Texas.
You'll get the breeze from the.
the wind.
But it'll still be warm.
It'll still be toasty
Because it's in. Is it
It's
this
ne-
month?
It's like a week after
Yeah,
Dallas.
so it won't be too bad.
Welcome to Miami with us.
And the Hyrox is on. Welcome to Miami. Bienvenido a Miami. I don't know if that's correct or not, but it seems
Yeah,
right.
that
But
sounds
you
right.
knew way more than me.
Yeah.
But that should be a good time. I know Jamie had asked me we should go do that, and I'm like, girl, that is a week after Dallas. I am not about to.
It's
try
going to be
that
a
move.
busy month, so yeah, probably not going to happen for me. But so anyway, so it's a really cool event, right? They have probably one of the most unique experiences in that spectators can see almost all the action.
Yeah.
Right? Did I tell you?
Yep.
Like they can be
You're right.
close, right on
Spectators
top
are
of you. This dude was doing the
literally
skier,
yelling at
and
you.
I was literally like
Right in
6
front of
inches
my
from
face.
his face, like,
Yeah.
"Let's go!" Actually,
smoother.
I don't know if you saw it or not. But
You could literally like reach out and touch some of the athletes when
you
they're
could.
doing things.
But I
You
don't know
could
if she wasn't paying
wanted to.
attention. So when they did it, we had 2 guys relays going on at the same time, like our BC teams. And so Rocky was on my team, and basically his father-in-law was on the other team.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so they took off at the same time. Well, Rocky got in there like way before he did. It was hilarious because as soon as Mike got in there, he was looking at Rocky's screen only.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's just going cranking away at those little things, and his eyes are just sitting here looking at freaking Rocky's thing. He wasn't focused. He didn't care about anything but beating this dude. He was trying to catch him, and he wasn't looking at his at all. He was just like, I got to get this guy. I got to get this guy. I got to get this guy.
I saw my peripherals, and the whole time I was like, do not even look that way. Don't even give him any energy because he was going
I know.
twice
I kept
as
waiting
fast
for
as
you to
I
look
was.
at him, and y'all kind of lock eyes, and then
And,
like be
just
on.
that whole like.
Yeah. That's what I'd have done. I'd have turned and looked at him, and I'd have been staring at him and rowing at the same time. Skiing at the same time. It was cracking me up, man. And then you could see like Rocky was actually his form was getting better actually as he was going through because he was starting to feel it out. I
Getting
think
in that rhythm.
Yeah, and he was going much slower than Mike was, but as far as like his
I got those.
well the
Like,
stroke
your
the strokes per
no,
minute
that's
is what I
okay,
meant.
though. Your stroke
Yeah.
can be slower, but as long as your power efficiency makes
Yeah,
so
so that's
better.
what I
Your power's
mean,
more
right?
efficient.
But you could tell you were like concentrating so hard. Like I don't know if I could tell that you were concentrating not to look at him as much as you were just concentrating to get through it.
Oh yeah,
But
both.
equally as.
But it was
much.
cracking. It was hilarious. I was telling him about. I was giving a hard time about it last night. We were cracking up at class. So, but yeah, man, it was such a cool event. So we took
38 athletes.
38 different people, and that's the biggest group of people we've taken to a race.
Yeah.
it was
Right?
awesome.
So it's been cool.
I think it might have been one of the biggest groups from a single gym there.
Yeah, I
think
mean,
it
I
was
don't know.
One of the biggest.
Maybe, possibly. So I mean, that doesn't really matter to me as much as like the he and I have been talking, right? So tell the story about Spartan, man. That first Spartan race, it wasn't the first one we've done.
Yeah,
It was like one of the earlier ones when I was training you back a little while
Yeah,
ago.
it was like just
It was me, you, and
somebody.
Leslie, right?
Yeah, just 3 of us.
Yeah, there's the 3 of us. We went to this race, and I found the picture actually of the 3 of us.
You did?
Yeah, where we took it after the race. So kind of talk about that.
Yeah, we're walking, and the biggest tent, Spartan, I guess, gives the biggest like tent to whoever has the most people come by, and that was Spartan, some Facebook group.
The Lone Star Spartans, yeah.
The Lone Star Spartans,
Okay.
they have a whole tent to themselves, and me and James were, like walking past it, like these dudes were like, giving high fives and all the talking with each other. It's like, man, just like how cool that is. Like, what if one day we do that? Like, we bring a whole bunch of people over here, like it's BC Fitness, and that's kind of stories that. So like, just when we first heard like there was a lot of people going to Hyrox, it sparked that memory for me. I was like, oh man, I remember him talking a long time ago, seeing how he wanted to bring a whole bunch of people and like to an event. And this is that event. The Hyrox was, I mean, when I walked in there, once you walk into the event on Hyrox today, it was BC Fitness, Mob Deep. Y'all are right there.
It felt
Y'all
that
walk-
way. It
Yeah.
did.
We
Yeah.
literally took up like real estate right
we
in the
broke
front.
the rules. We weren't supposed to.
We
be
did
doing
break
that.
rules. We're sorry.
Not
but
only did we break the rule, we did it like right by the merch area,
We did it
right
like
by the
right
merch,
by the
right as you
door.
walked in.
I know, like we're like no
us.
shame in our game. So
we weren't the only ones.
no.
Everyone
But
was doing it.
it was so cool. Like you mentioned that, and you reminded me of that, right? And that's always been something I always try to push at a lot of these events is try to get people to come and do them. And encourage people to try something new. But it was like not a dream come true, but it was like it was a huge step in the direction of seeing the dream that I believe God gave me for BC Fitness, like being materialized. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like seeing so many people and, having so many people do things that were definitely outside their comfort zone. People that were definitely, fear may not be the word, but they were intimidated maybe a little bit.
I mean, it is a scary event. When you see some of the people who train for it, like I think some of the new people come in, they see how we train for it.
Sure.
We're push the weight. We do all this. We've been doing it a while now. I think that's intimidating. But when you do get there and you see some of the people who show up at this event, they're big people.
Strong, they're athletic, they're
yeah.
ripped up.
Yeah, they're jacked and stacked. Like no.
muscular,
Nobody's business.
attractive.
I was gonna say anything else.
Adonises,
talking about me?
A glistening,
Just beautiful, beautiful people.
carved out.
My gosh.
Okay, calm down, buddy.
Just chiseled. Oh
have
my
a
gosh.
napkin.
So, but either way, it was a good time.
It was a good time.
It was so awesome. So a lot of cool stories. What was probably your favorite thing, Rocky, from the event? Like overall, like thinking of anything.
Overall,
Yeah.
just kind of talk about how we just that story, how just walking in, seeing all those people together, that was pretty cool. but racing against my father-in-law. He would be right there beside
Oh,
me.
that's fun, though.
Yeah.
That's
moment.
fun.
And
That's
then
cool.
sister-in-law was there too.
Who
And
I
so-
thought was SETI. For like,
Did you really?
Oh my gosh. Well, because when she didn't have all her makeup on, like when I saw her on Friday night, she like had her makeup on, her hair was done to one side, and I could tell it was Sienna. But then at the event, she came in the corral, she had her braids, and she had less makeup on. I swear, I was like, wait, who brought in SETI? Wait, who's watching the baby?
Well, yeah.
just like
and then we
her.
all got podiums. So that was cool. We have a photo because he got first place, we got second, and then she got third. So we have a photo of each of us. 1, 2, 3.
It's a family affair.
It
It was
was.
a family affair. Just being back out there, just being in that around all that was awesome. Like seeing people I ain't seen in a long time.
Yeah, we saw Trey.
Saw
we
Trey
saw
and
Grant was
Cass.
out
Saw
there.
Grant.
And
Grant.
Cass was out there, what have you. Yeah, it was cool to see some people out there.
Because we haven't seen them in a while.
Gosh, I can't tell you how the last time I saw him.
yeah, I haven't
man.
seen them in probably like 6, 7 years.
So it was really cool to kind of be out there. I wish we'd have been in the same heat, running together and racing together. That would have been really fun. But he did the pro individuals. So go for it, bro.
Oh, I got the pro patch.
Oh, this dude
you took
stole
the pro
he
patch?
stole a
That
pro
was on
patch.
accident. I saw two.
On
I,
accident.
there was a table for free stuff. I was
He
like,
saw gold and he's like, "Oh, that must be
that
mine."
must be
I just took
mine.
both. I was like, one of each. I was like, oh, we get 2
I'd
patches.
say I did think at first when we got there with the relay, I was like, "Oh, this must be my relay patch." And then I saw it said pro, and I was like, "Calm down, James."
Oh, I didn't read it. I showed Brian. I was like, look at my patches. Did you get one? He goes, oh, you can't have it. It's a pro. I was like, really? He goes,
Keeping it
no, it's for
anyway.
pro. I read it. I was like, oh, you're right. I put it in my pocket. I was like, I'm keeping this.
So you still stole it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love
was-
it. What
I
about
was-
you, Lauren? What was your favorite moment?
I mean, not including my own personal race. I won't say that.
We
including-
know that was your favorite moment.
It
Just
was-
just tell people because I saw the video because I was racing or something or gone when you were doing your podium and I missed it.
Yeah, I know. I was like, where's James?
But I saw the video and when they called out this chick's name, she jumped like
literally
she jumped like
jumped
5
for
feet above
joy.
everyone else's head and ran up there like. "Ay, ay, 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 ay."
Okay, so yes, that was a
that did happen.
So that was really exciting for me. My very first Hyrox, it was like right out of the pandemic. I did get second place, but it was like a much smaller group of people.
was, yep.
And my time was, I've become so much faster
Yep.
than that time that I won second place. Well, that was many years ago, and I feel like I've been chasing now like this goal of like I want to be faster. I want to be running with these like really fast women. I want to be getting closer to that elite level.
Sure.
And I wanted to be back on that podium. I wanted that feeling of accomplishment. And I felt like I've done like 5 races since then. And I just kept missing it. And I kept holding
But
myself
every
back.
race, what happened?
I blew up. I talked myself out of it. I told
No,
my-
I mean but did you improve your time every race?
I did improve my time by
Okay,
like a
then.
minute or 2 minutes. By a minute or 2 minutes. This
Yeah, but after
one-
5 races, that's 10 minutes.
It is. It is. This one felt really special though, because all those races, I hurt.
Yeah.
I really pushed and I hurt.
I get it.
This one I hurt, but also I
was
was
there.
running. I felt the best I've ever felt.
Right, I was there.
felt on
Like you could
fire.
keep pushing.
Rocky was
I
there.
felt like
Right.
I could keep pushing. I got to those wall balls, and I was like 40 wall balls in, 45 wall balls before I had to take a break.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
good.
I was feeling on fire. I've never felt so amazing during a race. And then when I found out I got second, I mean, I actually didn't want to find out.
Yeah.
I didn't want to know because I was like too afraid. And I was crying before the race because I was like, I'm going to mess up again. I'm going to mess up the laps.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that I hit all the marks, and then Carlos came up and he told me what my place was, and I started crying again. I was just really happy. I took 7 minutes off my time,
That's really good.
which I'm really proud of.
Yeah, you should be.
That aside, honestly, I absolutely loved seeing Diana and Heather out there. Heather really stepped out of her comfort zone.
Sure
and I
did.
know how scared she was going in. And she brought me to tears again, seeing her just push past that fear and like do it. And that was really special. I really love seeing people do that.
Well, I thought for me, I mean, there's so many different stories and different things. So we had people as young as 20 and as old as 62.
Who's 20?
So Toledo's son.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
So we had 20 all the way up to, that's a big age gap.
That's a big
right?
age gap.
And literally everybody in between, right? 25, 24, 29, 30s, 35, 40, 50, up to 62. Some of them had been more seasoned athletes, and quite a few of them were brand new, right?
Yeah, yeah, a lot
And some of them
more.
just went just because I asked them, right? And I was just like, hey, you should try this, right?
Some of them literally came together last minute. Like
Last minute, like
super
the last
minute.
week, yeah, was able to put a couple teams together. So that was really cool. So there were a lot of cool stories. I think Diana was awesome, and I think Diana and
so
Heather are
good.
probably the coolest because Diana and Heather are like so like different in that Diana is like, I'm always trying to like tell Diana, to slow down because she wants to do everything. She's like,
does.
I'm
I
like,
love that
I'm like,
about
hey, have
her.
you heard of this thing? Yeah, let's do it.
She has such an appetite for like challenges,
Yes.
and I really love that about her.
Right. And so like I had talked to Hyrox, and they were very very accommodating in trying for her to compete, right? So we've had Diana on the show,
Yep.
right? So she's a little person, and she's an advocate. She's ran a marathon. She's ran Tough Mudder, World's Toughest Mudder.
She's qualified now for Boston.
Yep, she's done so many different things, and with what many people would consider to be something that could hold you back, right?
Yeah.
But she doesn't let anything hold her back.
Nope.
And so, like for her, they were accommodating. We were able to, I'd asked them to lower the weight, but Diana was like, I don't need the weight lowered, just shorten it a little bit, the distance.
Yeah, so I asked her about that. She said they're going to give me an option. They're going to start me
They
out at
did.
the regular weight, and if they need to take it off, they will, but she's only doing 2 versus the 4.
Right.
Because you have to remember, if you have not gotten to meet Diana or understand the situation, it's a much different effort level
Sure.
for her versus
Well, I mean, you take
because the height, the
one
gait,
step, it's 3 steps for her.
yeah, exactly. The
right?
gait is so different,
Right.
and it really makes a huge difference for
Sure.
her. So she got in there, and I watched her go into the station, and I was right in front of her lane, kind of cheering her on, and she just didn't. She like took to that weight, and she just attacked it, and I loved it.
Yep, she's strong. She's strong for sure.
Yeah,
So-
I got to run around. We ran together at the same time. I passed her up. I was like, "Let's go, Diana." She's like, "Thank you." I was like, "Man, how you?"
She's so used to that
Yeah,
kind of stuff, though, right? She's so sweet.
She's very sweet.
So, but that was really cool to see her doing it. And then Heather on the other side, right? She's never tried stuff like that before,
It's
right?
very
She's
different for
she's
her.
done races like 10Ks and
Yeah.
half marathons.
She's from the Champions
You
Run
know,
group, so
she's
she's
a
a runner.
huge cheerleader for other people.
She is.
But like she's not used to other people like cheering her on, right? And so for her, it was it was definitely something that was intimidating, but. I'd forgotten that I'd told her this, right? It sounds like something I would say, but I don't remember saying it, but I probably did. But like when she was asking me, what should I do on the relay? And she told me, I said, whatever scares you the most, do that.
That does sound like
Yeah,
something
she
you would
told
say.
me you said that.
Yeah,
So
that
she
sounds
took
like
the
a
wall
you thing.
balls, right? And it was 100 wall balls, not 75 wall balls.
Yeah, it is.
So
it is 100.
It is not 75 in the relay. And so like she got in there and she probably did most, or like 120 or so, 130,
dang.
She did a lot.
because she missed a couple of
Yeah.
the things. But I mean, you're tired, it's new, and you're just trying to get this thing over with, right?
The end is right, like
And it's
literally
so
right
close to you,
there.
right? So I've been in that place before. So, but she finished it. Her whole team did really good, and then I think to top it all off, what made it even better was at the end of the day, right? They're all like, they're all kind of like just basking in the glory of finishing, and then they call their team's name out for a podium
She
spot.
looked so excited.
They were
Yeah.
just like, they all looked so confused.
Yeah.
It was so awesome because they had no expectations of, they just going out there to do it for fun.
Yeah.
And they actually did really well. I was like, oh, this is so awesome. So it was really cool, like to see them like excel and do really well. And I believe it's things like that really help to not only build your confidence, but they help you to learn how to improve, right? So in other words, you go to an event like that, you have to do things like whether it's doing squats or lunges or, do some speed work or something like that. And then you go and do it. And then next time you go out and run a race, you get a PR and you don't know why. And it's because you basically created a new skill set,
Yeah.
right? You develop new muscle strengths or what have you. And so, it's things like that. It's that kind of hybrid athlete that's a kind of a popular term that's coming out now that I see like it used to be called cross training, where you would do some stuff to help you be a better runner, right? Where now just be a better athlete.
Yeah.
And it'll help you be a better runner, better
Yeah.
hybrid athlete,
It all
better
kind of
whatever.
crosses over.
Right. So it was really kind of cool. And hopefully, I think hopefully they're hooked. And
We
they're-
had a lot of people that we kind of brought in from the Champions Run group. A lot of people who were just runners.
Yeah.
Who we've now kind of like brought into doing this, and I think they've really enjoyed it. Like Angela came back. Angela got hurt.
Yeah.
In the last one, and she came back. That wasn't going to stop her. She did the relay this time, and she did really well.
She did really good. So, so it's just those moments, man. So I think we talked in our last podcast about the team, right? The power of the team, and that's what the power of the team does. It was so cool to see people cheering each other on. I know when Tommy and I were running, every time we came around, we were hearing screams, and it was funny because we on the back side of it, we would be running and you're coming right out of the workout, and so you're a little tired.
You're
so
a little wobbly.
that first half a lap, you're just trying to get your stuff together. But
Yep.
then as soon as we come around that corner, we see you guys, and y'all start screaming,
Yep.
and it's like all of that went away,
Yep.
and you got that like resurgence, and it was like, all right, we can go now. So it was really cool to feel like that and see that motivation. And then when I did the relay at the end, when I was doing the wall balls, man, my team,
We
my
were
team,
fired up.
They supported me so much.
Fired
that, like,
up.
Oh my gosh, I almost did those wall balls unbroken. Like I was so hyped, I was so excited.
My team was so confused when we got to the wall balls because we didn't get the memo that we all had to enter.
That was sarcasm, Lauren.
Yeah, that was
Oh.
yeah. We were.
Were y'all not there?
They were MIA.
We were there.
No,
I was there. No, me and Tommy
I
were the
thought you
first two.
said
Mike
they-
wasn't
they
there.
made-
y'all were the first two, but y'all weren't there.
No,
when
I wanted to
started.
be. They didn't tell us we could be there, so I wanted to be there. So I was already right there.
No, the
beside
instructions
there.
were actually your team has to be there.
Yeah, they
See,
didn't
we
say that in
didn't
the.
know that.
They
No
didn't
one
say
told
that
me
in the
that.
prep.
So I'm doing wall balls, just grinding them out like so fast. I'm like, I'm doing these things.
I said a
unbroken.
few times, "Let's go, James," but like I was looking at other people. I was like making
Yeah,
sure.
there's a picture of me doing wall balls, and my entire team is looking everywhere but at me. Tommy's like literally turned around talking to somebody. Mike's not even in the picture, and this yahoo's looking at somebody over on the other side, and I'm just grinding these things away. No, nobody's cheering for me.
That's how much confidence I have in
That's
you.
what it is to be the coach.
That's
That's
how
what
much
it is to be
confidence.
the coach.
I was like, man, James got this. I'm not even worried about him.
Coach don't need
Let me
nobody to
make
cheer
sure-
him on.
Let me make sure no one's catching up. So that's what I was doing. I
Is
was
that
making
what
sure
it
no
was?
one's catching up. Yeah, I had her back. I had your back. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then they stopped you, and I was like, what about this other team?
Yeah, so they stopped me.
Well, for the same reason they wouldn't let me in the corral, I think. So, for context on what we're talking about, when you do the relay, I didn't go to the briefing because I was still in my race.
Yep.
And when the briefings, actually, me, Lillian, and Jamie were all racing, so we had to send Danny to the relay.
Guess
the
who
briefing.
they sent to the relay?
You?
This guy.
Me.
Probably not the best decision.
I told him.
I assumed you
told
had
him.
like some sense.
This guy doesn't check any of the messages we send him about being on things, and you send him to the briefing.
You know, it's very smart. Lillian came up to me. I already had ran my first lap, and then like I'm waiting to run again. Lillian came up to me and was like, "Hey, when you run 3 laps." I was like, "No, Lillian, there's 2."
Oh my God. Then
She was
Lillian
like-
came up to me and she's like, you need to go get him right now.
So somebody else told me you told them that. I said, do not listen to that fool. I forgot who it was. They're like, so am I supposed to do 2 or 3? Because Rocky said that. I go, never listen to Rocky.
And then when
Never.
I told him, I was like, the first lap you do 2.5.
Yes.
It was a little bit shorter, but after that it's 3 times.
You always go
He's
in
like,
on
no,
the
man, that's
third.
not what they said. And I was like, bro, I literally just got through doing this 8 times.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I know. All right, fine, man. I guess if we're gonna be wrong, whatever. I was like, you do 3 laps, clown.
I really thought I had it down packed. I was
At
like,
least I
man,
didn't
James gonna be
argue with
so
you.
proud of me. I got this.
That's so
I didn't have
funny.
any doubt until Lillian came up to me like, hey, you need to go get your boy. So, but it was such a cool time. It was really cool. We got some amazing. Did you look at your photos?
Yeah, I like my photos. I actually look happy in some of them. I'm like, why am I smiling?
Dude.
I actually look like I'm happy in a
So
few
here's
of
the
them.
thing
Weird.
about like the Hyrox photos, right?
Did you get yours?
Yeah.
You need some to me.
So like the Hyrox photos, like when you go to most events, right? Spartan, marathon,
You get, like,
10K,
one or two.
you pay like $50 and you get like 1 or 2
Yeah.
pics.
And they're just okay.
And they're just like sometimes they're okay if you know the camera's coming.
Yeah.
Right? But at Hyrox, I
They do
literally
good.
had 115 different photos.
Did
of
you
me.
really? I only had 31.
I had 100. Well, I did the relay. Plus, I'm all over the place.
You are.
Right. So you're doing the facial recognition. So
oh yeah,
like,
I'm in the background of 2 other guys' pictures.
yeah.
I
So
had
I'm like
13.
in Heather. There's probably 15 pictures of
I
me.
believe that.
Right behind Heather. And so you get multiple pictures. Like I
Yeah.
had 5 pictures just on the sled push alone.
Okay, that is one of the pictures I wanted the most because
Really?
the sled push to me is like a really cool
Photo.
shot.
It
Usually,
is,
it's
yeah.
usually one of the best ones, and I have really good ones from every other race. But this one, they got 1.
Yeah.
They didn't even put it in my facial recognition. You know why it didn't make it in the facial recognition?
Because you were looking down.
Nope, because my face was straight up unrecognizable. I found it.
Oh.
I got mid blink, like
Oh, I got
uneven
it.
blinking.
Oh,
I
that's
got you. She had
awesome.
an
I'm
ugly
like
face
Send
on.
that.
I'm breathing, so I'm just like,
Yeah.
I look like
Actually,
Quasimodo.
the photo that you posted on Instagram of your of your podium, your
Yeah.
face is pretty awesome. Like it's very awesome. It's like,
Because I'm just like, huh?
yeah, it's like half caught like with excitement and fear all at the same time.
Like
Like
deer
they're gonna
headlights.
take this away
I
from
know.
me.
I was afraid. I was like, this is a dream? Am I dreaming?
Yeah. So, but yeah, the photos, man,
They-
like
they
there were
do
some really good
good.
pictures
They do
of us,
good.
or at least the ones Tommy and I were in. So
You and Tommy always photograph
And it was
really
like-
well, though.
it was like $29
Yeah.
for
Get
that
your
many
photos.
I
Get
mean,
the photos.
I
I
mean, it
got
was worth it.
13, and like 3 of them weren't even me.
Well, you were just in the relay, bro.
Yeah, well,
You
I'm
were out
saying,
there for 1 lap.
I'm not
you were
gonna
out
buy
there
them.
for 2 laps.
I was
in,
out there
like,
for
2
8
sections.
hours.
Yeah. We were out there for a lot
It
longer.
had some other dude with a red beard. I'm like, seriously?
It's
Yeah.
just shape of your face, maybe.
I will
similar.
say sometimes it also helps if you know the photographers. Will was out there.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like talking to him, so he was definitely trying. I could tell when like I
Well,
could
and
not
like
do
you
the
said
try.
too, like like Tommy specifically. I mean, he's like, he's just like
Both of you looked
chiseled
great.
Latin.
Both of you looked great out
like
there.
just steam. And so people see him out there, and they want to take photos with him, right? Or of him, right? He's a muse for many folks. And then I'm out there, and I'm just like, like this freak of nature, like this old freaking
Actually, I think y'all were two
rickety
of the
gray
most
dude.
chiseled guys out there.
I wouldn't agree with that. But okay.
I would say
I'll
that.
take the
Top three
compliment.
right here.
I'll take the compliment. I will say I was half. Now listen, as I say this, people, okay, take this with a grain of salt. But there was one photo where I'm like behind Tommy, and he's pulling the sled on the sled pull, and like you see my shoulders
Your shoulders look good.
like over him.
the delts look good.
I mean,
No, this is
you feel good?
nice.
it looked pretty good.
Is that going to be your new Facebook photo?
No.
I mean, I
There's
had-
another one where like it's just of me,
Mm-hmm.
right? He's doing the wall balls, and it's a side profile.
Oh yeah.
Right? And so I'm standing there, and my shirt didn't stay on very long. It
No,
came
it
off
got
pretty
hot.
quickly. It got pretty hot. So,
got hot.
like, after the sled push, I want to say that shirt was gone.
Mine never was on.
And, yeah, but anyway. So, we're on the wall balls, and there's this side picture of me, and I am yelling at Tommy, like,
Are you raging?
yet let's go. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure is what I said, right? And it's just like, this guy's I look like a lion.
Was it
like,
when you turned around and looked at the team behind you, and then you turned around and yelled at him? Because I have that on
Yes.
video.
'Cause I was like, let's go, dude.
yeah.
I was like,
you were
we-
trying to make sure you did not.
I
get
did
beat
not
by
want
this
to
team.
lose to them, right? And so like I was screaming
Yeah.
at him, but it's a really good picture. Like it's not like an ugly face yell. It's a good yell, but it's like, what did Tommy do to deserve that? I was like thinking to myself, and I mean,
And then he dropped the ball, and James wasn't ready for it.
I was not. He dropped that ball because I was
And
like,
you were like,
I was like yelling at him to like go unbroken and finish it, right? And he because we were doing 15 reps each. He dropped it at his 15. He was like, "Tag, you're it." I was like,
no.
no. So I had to like
You
grab it.
busted them out really fast. though.
Huh?
I've never seen you move through a squat
Well, I did
so
not
quick.
want us to lose.
Yeah.
So you know what it was reminding me of was our very first race.
Yeah, when y'all were like neck and neck with that other guy.
We were neck and neck with that
thought
other
of
team,
too.
and we switched at the last minute or whatever, and we just had like 10 more to go. And all I was thinking is I was going to throw up 99, and those guys were going to be running.
Yep.
So I was like going in my head 95, 96, 97,
I've never
98.
seen a man drop a squat so fast.
Oh my God. I was dropping it and throwing it so fast. And as soon as I threw up 100, I just took off running. I didn't wait for anything. I was just running. I grabbed his hand. I'm like, let's go. Let's go. Come with daddy. So
It's such a fun. It's really fun. It's when you go back and think of the moments of like the stress and all that. It's a really fun event.
well,
And
it's crazy. Like those are hard efforts, right? And while you're in it, right, you're like, dude, I just want this to be over.
everything blurs.
This is so hard.
Yeah.
This sucks, right? But then, like, the closer you get to the finish, like, if you've paced yourself well and there's, the racing, you're
Yeah.
like, you're getting through it, and the end of it goes by really fast.
It can't. Oh yeah.
And then when it's over,
Except
you're
those
like,
lunges, those
you're like,
sucked.
oh my God, that was so awesome. That was fun or whatever.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, oh, we should have gone faster. Oh, we should have done this.
Yeah.
So it's just, it was funny.
It's funny for me. Normally, when I get to the lunges, those are a lot of times like a good time for me to like breathe and kind of catch up on myself. When I got into the lunges, I felt so good going in. I was like, oh, we're gonna knock these out. We're gonna catch some people. I got 10 in, and I was like, oh no.
Yeah, you look a little beat up on that.
Oh
those
no!
lunges.
I suddenly like my legs like wanted to seize up and they were shaking. I was like, oh, this isn't good. This
Yeah.
is not a good time. But yeah,
How fast does Hyrox come back again? Because I mean,
To
we got
Houston, or-
Dallas. Yeah. we
Well,
got
this is the
Dallas.
Probably
first time they
another
were in
year.
Houston, so we won't know. So maybe in the
probably won't be
fall,
till
hopefully.
24.
But
Oh,
if
that'd
not,
be
next
great.
year.
yeah.
So, like last year, they did it in Dallas, and they added another date, like in November,
Mm-hmm.
right? They added in like April or something in November. So maybe it was a good enough showing. They'll come back again because their season basically ends in May.
I
Right.
talked to somebody who's I know one of my friends is one of the like Southern region coordinators for like the PFTs. She said she thinks the showing was good enough for them to want to bring it back. She
I would
said
think
it was,
so.
She said it wasn't quite as much as Dallas, but she goes for how like Dallas. She goes Dallas has like 4 years
That's what I was going to say. Is,
to build up, and
Yeah.
we had one, and we were almost there.
Yeah. So I think we did way better than they did their first time. Now
Yeah.
that was coming out of the pandemic.
Yeah.
But I still think we did better than their second and third
Yeah,
time.
and she kept saying the MCs kept like saying how much they loved the venue.
Yeah. It was a good venue.
It was a good
No,
venue.
It was George R. Brown.
George
I
R. Brown
mean,
did great.
Yeah.
Well, it's convenient. The
Yep.
parking's actually relatively convenient.
Yeah.
There's a lot around as far as like food options, and like if you bring your kids, there's a park right there.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So there's plenty of stuff around.
Yep. It's a good spot for
Yeah.
sure. So hopefully they'll come back again, and I think it'll just grow from there. So, and I mean, of course,
It's going to get harder.
So
Harder and harder.
we can let the cat out of the bag. We are now a Hyrox affiliate. So
Yeah.
obviously they're going to have more people racing because, I mean,
We're going to be bringing more people.
PC Fitness.
Yeah.
So, but it was a good day. So we had 38 people compete. We had
How
10
many-
podiums.
10 podiums. That's so awesome.
And I believe we had 2 or 3 that qualified for the World Championships.
So I was going to say, so congratulations to you and Tommy, because y'all have once again qualified for
We did.
World Championships. Y'all got first in your age group for doubles. So y'all are going to Manchester.
Yep.
Which is super exciting.
Yep. So
Who
we'll be
else?
at the World Championships in May. So I mean, the only ones that matters, Tommy and I.
Oh, I respect that. But yeah, Manchester.
Yeah.
You going?
Yeah, we're going.
Y'all better go.
We're going. I said we got our. So you have 48 hours to
Sign up.
Once
what
you
have
get
you.
your thing,
And
yeah.
so I got the email yesterday, and I texted him, and I was like, "We got 48 hours. What are you gonna do?" I don't even think I finished sending the text message,
You'd already done it.
and he was already back saying, "I'm in."
I mean,
he'd already responded. I was
y'all
like,
have
"Dude, I
been
want us to think
talking
about it a little bit."
it in such a way that you're going. If one of you
Yeah.
were to say no, I would be shocked.
I wouldn't have been upset if he couldn't go or something like that. I mean, so it's going to be a very cool experience. I feel like. And
gonna be fun.
so now we just
Hopefully-
got to get some more people qualified, so that I'm not
hopefully I
going
get
by.
to-
So it's not just me and Tommy going on a.
Let's go ahead and just start a Patreon. Running with James
I'm not
podcast
kidding.
goes to
You
Manchester.
think I'm joking. I'm actually.
Well, we
already
are looking for sponsors.
We're
actually,
looking for sponsors.
We are looking for
people. We want to
sponsorships.
take people.
So if you would like to sponsor Team BC
We'll figure
to
out
go
some
to
sponsorship
Manchester, we will
deals.
definitely entertain that. So I mean, you can do it in the vein of running with James, what have you. And we'll give you some love on the show type thing, right? Maybe do an episode. So so those are options for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm hoping I get to join y'all.
Oh,
I think you will.
Dallas. I'm really hoping.
So her and Laura are going to be competing.
We're taking on Dallas,
Yep.
and I think we have a really good shot.
I think they do.
I'll tell you when I don't know who told me, but on Saturday when they're like Lauren got second place, I was like, which Lauren? I was like, what? She got second place? I was like, heck
So I got
yeah.
second place, so that means if for whatever reason first place doesn't go, I
would
have a
technically
good
be
chance
qualified.
of qualifying. So
Yeah.
fingers crossed that I qualify.
So usually
regardless.
the way it works is they have so many spots per race,
Yeah.
right? And I think for the doubles there was the first and second automatically qualified, right? And then in the singles, first automatically qualified. But the way they do it is after 48 hours, if you don't sign up, then
It
they move
bounces
down to
down
the
to the
next.
next
So
person.
you get another opportunity, right? So you still got a shot, but then I think you guys are going to get first. I think y'all have a
Laura and
good shot.
I felt so good in that race, and I was actually messaging her immediately, letting
Yeah.
her know. I was like, I felt so good in this race. I am so confident because she's going to push me on those runs.
I agree.
And I think we're going to do really well.
I think you're gonna do great. So I'm excited. So I mean, all in all, man, I'm proud of the team. I'm super excited for the future. I'm super excited for where all the athletes are going, where BC Fitness is going, all the opportunity that's coming our way. It's going to be a busy month. We've got Spartan just a week away. We've got the Dallas Hyrox, where there are a lot of people doing, and then we've got the stadium in April 1st or what have you. So
Just so many things coming up.
it's got a lot coming up. So there's going to be some busy training blocks and trying to manage racing and
In life,
life all at the same
in
time.
this
So,
podcast, and
yep.
everything else.
Yep. So hopefully you guys enjoy the journey with us. We want you to take it with us. So whether you're listening or watching online, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you're following us. Another exciting thing. We hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube.
What?
We hit that 1K finally. It would probably have gotten there probably much sooner if I actually had uploaded a video like in the last 2 weeks. I've been extremely busy and lazy, and I apologize.
I'm saying, because we filmed a shoe review together.
I've got 3 shoe reviews that I've shot that I need to finish editing so that I can actually upload them, and I
Look,
feel like trash. I'm sorry, guys.
James takes on a lot. I take on a lot. Rocky, you show up. So
Rocky does a lot.
You do a lot.
Rocky's
I'm
been
joking.
crushing it.
I'm
I'm going to tell you right
joking.
now.
I'm joking.
I'm so proud of this dude right now.
does
This
a
guy has
lot.
been crushing it lately. Man.
I appreciate that.
No, killing it, brother. Killing it. And Lauren's been killing it too. I'm excited for Lauren.
and you showed up. You look snazzy.
Yep, Lauren's been killing it too. She's been
been
making some
stressed.
changes. This is why you did so good. Your training the last probably 2.5 months
It's been the most consistent it's ever
has
been.
been super consistent.
So
Even though
consistent.
you've still been like not fully committed and listening to me, you've done the best job you've ever done.
I did technically better in most of those races that I did. But yes, this was the most consistent I have ever been. So I do actually owe a lot of how I did in this race to my coach.
Well, I wouldn't say that. You put the work in, right?
but I
showed you.
had
I
you-
gave you the information.
You gave
right?
me the information.
Time out.
You
Okay.
helped create.
Are we
the
not
path.
gonna act
Okay.
like I wasn't there?
You
Lucky
were.
charm.
I was so happy to have you there.
I don't know. you're 5'6"? I don't know if I'd use that term.
How-
It's March, right? I mean, it's Shamrock.
I'm not gonna lie. When I saw Lauren before she ran, I was like, "You got this."
He did say, I got this.
Yep.
And then I saw her after her race for the first time. After I found out, and I gave her a hug. I was like,
Yeah, he
"You
gave me
did
a
it!
hug.
I'm so proud of you."
Yep.
She was all
good.
sweaty, and I still gave her a hug.
Yep.
Yep.
She did great. I mean, I was very happy, very excited for you. So,
Just
but
invite me to
much.
Dallas, and I
you
might
put in
pull
the
up.
effort.
Thank
You
you.
also disciplined yourself, and you've definitely taken yourself out of your comfort zone. You're
Thank
showing
you.
up most of
You've
the
been on
time
time.
on time.
Most of the
right?
time
We
on
had a
time.
complete controversy last week about this whole on time thing, and apparently, like
People love me, apparently.
people love her.
People apparently like me.
Yeah, they do.
Wow,
I knew
weird.
that they were going to be on
Weird.
your side. I knew they were going
Weird.
to be on your side. I don't think it's fair for me, but I made it, and it's okay. Right? So if you are sick next time, just let me know
I'm
you're
going to
sick.
let you know I'm sick in
But
advance.
don't call in fake sick.
No.
If
I
you're
don't
running
do
late,
fake
don't be
sick.
like, "Oh,
I don't do fake sick.
that ain't gonna fly."
No.
Yeah. There it is right there. I've got the black lung. So, but no, you guys both have been doing really
Thank
good.
you.
You guys have been doing good.
Thanks,
So,
Coach.
I'm excited for
Excited for what's to come.
what's to come, man.
It's going to be a good season. I feel it in my bones. It's going to be a real good year.
I agree.
I think it's going to be fun.
I agree.
And World Toughest Mudder's coming up. Oh,
When is that?
November.
It's in November.
Oh my goodness!
It's not really. It's a while
It's
away.
a year
coming
away.
up.
Yeah.
It's
I
coming
think
up.
she's more excited the fact that she doesn't have to do it by herself.
I
right?
found out we have a lot of people going.
Yeah,
Well,
I've been
a lot.
telling you, there's people that are already going to do it.
Where's it at?
So there's
I'm
no
very
need
excited.
for me
In
to do
Dallas.
it.
It's in Canterbury.
Zero reason for me to
Cranberry.
be to do it.
Cranberry?
Because you're going to be
Cranberry.
Granberry, folks.
Cranberry's
Not a
better.
cranberry. Jesus help
I
me.
said Canterbury.
All
I
right.
meant, like the
Well,
tails.
we're out of time, guys. We're out of
Okay.
time. We're rambling on. These people came to hear Rocky's ramblings, not us rambling.
yeah.
So,
You got to give them the moment.
Rocky, are you ready? Had a big weekend. Got your podiums. Came.
We're
This
ready?
guy only podiums. That's the crazy thing.
That's
Last
the
time you
only thing I
raced,
do.
podium.
Yeah, every
Right?
time I race.
We're back.
Yep.
Podium.
He's
Bam.
back.
So here we go.
Let's get ready to rumble!
And welcome back to another segment of Rocky's Rambling.
Rocky's ramblings.
Oh, how I missed you guys. So I got the competitive bug in me again. Oh, and it feels so good.
It feels good to have a bug in you.
The competitive bug in
Oh,
me.
okay, my bad.
The competition bug. The fire inside of me has been lit all over again.
They got creams for that.
Yeah. They got it, yeah, it's the fire is lit. It has been lit. And so I asked you guys now to light your own fire. Go out there, find an event in the next 2 months. Waco Stadium is what I'm trying to tell you guys to join the BC Fit. We have a coupon code, 20% off if you want to join.
Word.
But come do that. If you've never done a Spartan race, you've never done an event, and let's see what happens. This is my ramble. My ramble is do something you haven't tried before. If you've already done an event with us, then do it again. But if you haven't, and you listen to this podcast, join us.
Word.
DM Lauren, of course, and say, I'm going to do it with you guys. Rocky said I'm going to do it. Give me that coupon code. And she will give you that coupon code. And that is not a lie, right, James?
No, it's not a lie. And
got
actually,
the
we'll put the
codes.
coupon code down on this podcast down in the description for you, so you can also see it there.
So, yes, go get that competitive bug. That's the only bug you would want inside of you. That's my ramble for the day.
I can't tell if this is like an ad for like go see a doctor or what this
That was
is.
good. That was good. That was good
Well,
stuff.
my ramble was going to be something different, but then I forgot.
Then we got a bug.
Yeah.
You did good.
You don't have to tell people that. They only know that that wasn't what you wanted to say if you tell them that's what you did.
You know, Rocky, you did good.
I appreciate. I forgot
good.
to answer. One of my one of my favorite things from Saturday was
No,
Big
it's too
Night
late.
Dog.
We're out of time.
Big Night Dog showed up.
She did. Hey, actually, I apologize. The youngest competitor we had there was 2 months old.
3 months.
3
today.
months old. 3 months old today. Huh?
Yeah.
Don't call her Big Night.
Was little Nye.
Little Nye.
She had her. She even had her BC Fitness gear on.
Yep. And she didn't
represent.
make a peep the whole
She
time.
did so good, man.
Yep. Whole
All
time.
the BC people did good, but I mean, she championed that day.
Mm-hmm.
It's like from dawn till dusk. That chick was killing it.
Mm-hmm.
She did a good job. She wouldn't like. My daughter would have been like, I don't want to go home.
She didn't want to go.
I hate Hyrox.
Yeah, everyone was cheering on Heather, and we were like, me and her, were just us two, we're like in a distance away saying, go Heather, you got this. But it was pretty cool watching all y'all from a distance do that. Like I almost teared up.
Yeah,
But yeah, that was cool.
that was a cool moment.
That was a really good moment.
That's going to be the thumbnail. That picture. I've got a good picture of her that I got off the Hyrox website of Heather. That's the thumbnail for this episode. I feel
Okay,
like.
good. Send it to me.
That's the thumbnail. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming in. Make sure if you haven't done so, follow, like, subscribe, do all that stuff on the YouTubes, on the podcast, wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, whatever that platform is, you can go there to follow us and then rate us as well.
Yes.
And
Give
if you
us
have
a
an idea for a
review.
show, feel free to send out an email. You can send it to james@mybcfit.com. You can also contact Lauren if you're interested in being on the show at The Backyard Bohemian on Instagram. And you can follow us on Running with James on Instagram, Facebook, and of course, what's it called? YouTube.
MySpace.
Thank you.
Oh.
No, MySpace?
My fault.
Is that still
Are
a
we
thing?
still-
Do they still have MySpace?
I
Is
think
out?
you can still technically find your profile.
Still fire. I need to go look at my profile. My profile was lit, bro.
Mine was
It was
not.
lit. I had like some John Legend in the background.
Oh, snap.
You know what I'm saying? It was my personality. It was good. It
That's my
was
personality.
really good. So anyway, guys, thanks for coming in today. We're gonna catch you on the flippity flip flop. We love you guys. Remember,
Change your mind.
Change your life.
peace out, guys.
Bye.